Hi, everybody. Dave is
Great way to start a show.
muted. I don't know why or how, but we are live. So Dave is going to figure out his computer.
So far, this is the best show.
That was horrible timing.
Dave doesn't get to say anything. This show's great.
I don't do the intros, clearly.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah.
The red light is on, and so are we.
Look at that. Wait, Dave, I think Dave's been fired. Grant's replaced. You're still muted, Dave.
I'm employee of the month.
Am I still frozen?
Let me try to unmute you. There you go. You're unmuted.
What if you were both trying to unmute each other at the same time, and then he unmuted, and then you muted, and then he unmuted, and then you muted?
Oh my gosh. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. I can't hear you. Dave.
We're having technical difficulties with Dave. Go figure.
Yeah, you got no sound, man. Well, anyway.
What is happening? What is happening?
I can hear you now, but now it's like you're out of sync.
Yeah, you're super choppy.
Let's see.
Elle finally muted Dave.
Well, we
kept mispronouncing fighters' names, so we just decided to take him off the docket.
We were going to talk about UFC Rio, but I think we're just going to make fun of Dave this morning. No, I'm kidding.
Sounds like a good morning to me.
It says you're muted again. He's probably figuring out his...
He can't even
mind.
defend himself. This is great. He's like shooting fish in a barrel.
You good? Talk to me. Say words. No, we have no Dave. Okay. Do you want to jump off, Dave, and try and maybe hop on your phone? And we will start on some headlines.
Hello, 1 2 1 2.
I can hear
Gamrot?
you. It literally, you're talking, but your mouth is not moving. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to get into the UFC Rio headlines for weigh-ins, and hopefully Dave can jump back on and join us. So first of all, weigh-ins went super, super quickly. I think everybody was weighed in the first like 15 minutes or so, which usually a great sign. Unfortunately, we've lost one heavyweight fight, obviously not due to weigh-ins, but Muhammad Usman is out. So unfortunately, I know a lot of us were really excited to watch some leg locks again, but that's not going to be happening this weekend, unfortunately. There's also a bantamweight fight. Simon Oliveira has missed weight by 8 pounds, weighed in at 144 for his bantamweight bout as of right now. No official news on whether the fight will take place. Obviously, typically a weight miss this big would result in a canceled fight. However, lately it seems they've been kind of just bumping big weight misses to a catch weight or even the next weight class up. We saw that happen with Fareed's fight. We saw it happen last weekend with you.
What is happening?
With the fighter. Yay, we have Dave back. All right, Dave. We got into weigh-ins a little bit. We talked about this fight being canceled. We talked about huge weight miss, Simon Oliveira, and we no news as of yet what is happening, correct?
No, it's still, I
Simon
just checked Twitter too. It's still not nothing yet. I would assume they're gonna do it. They're in Brazil, right? Like,
well, at the same time, like this dude doesn't have a job after this, right? Like he's 0-3 in the UFC, right?
You would assume.
Let me check. Let me double check that. Let me fact check.
And he
myself.
had to miss for the one where his job was on the line. Not smart.
That's not a good look.
In my opinion, he should have made the weight.
Yeah. I think
Talking about weight.
Yeah.
Have you seen the weigh-in pictures yet?
0-3. I've seen
Joel Alvarez looks like the happiest man alive. You see him at his welterweight, like on the scale, he's like
I'm
the biggest.
Yeah, he looks massive.
Yeah,
I think
He looks like the Joker.
I feel like I always, anytime somebody moves weight classes, I always treat them almost like a new fighter, because I feel like a lot of times their style is different. Maybe they have less finishes, more finishes. I feel like we see totally different fighters. I think this move is going to be really, really good for Alvarez.
Yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where his power doesn't get better.
Right. I totally agree with Grant. I think he smokes Luque, and I think he's in his top 10, top 12 quick. We talked about welterweight. I think Grant and I brought up welterweight like 2 weeks ago. It might be the most stacked division right now. It's insane. But he's a problem. Like he's gonna be a guy in that top 10.
And if you match him,
sure.
if you match him up well, I think that he's gonna do really well. So let's say he smokes Vicente Luque, give him Buckley. Buckley's coming off of a loss, 2 bangers. Both have beaten Vicente Luque, and he's right there. He's right in the mix.
That's a great fight. I will say this: there are a lot of really good grapplers at 170. And Alvarez, well, lately he has stopped a couple of takedowns.
I think he's one.
He's one, maybe 2. He overall, his takedown defense is left a little bit wanting. He's very willing to go to his back. Obviously, nasty guillotine, and there's some danger there, but very willing to go to his back there. I could see him struggling with like guys like Brady.
To be fair, though, who doesn't struggle with a guy like Brady?
That's fair.
That's very fair. Very fair. He's one of the best.
But
okay, Luke.
Dave's getting
Alvarez looked awesome. I'm so flustered. I'm so upset because all my notes too are on the phone. So this will be fun. Great.
I have the notes. I have the notes though.
Okay. I thought Gamrot looked really good for short notice in Brazil. And Grant, tell me if I'm off. I look at so much. I'm casual / see everything. But as a fighter, does how you look on the scale, does that matter at all? Or is there some real life, like, oh, guys do look better or worse?
Yeah,
yes and no.
Yeah, the thing is like we're not fighting today. We're fighting tomorrow. You know, so it's not even like you can have a bad weight cut, a real bad weight cut. And depending on how well you recover, everybody's different. I've had weight cuts, particularly at 145, where I legitimately thought like I might die.
I was literally going to say, have you ever seen a picture of Grant Dawson on the scale at 145? Because it's not pretty.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is like those cameras make you look a lot better than you actually are. I've sent her pictures or FaceTimed her while I was, at 145 and just terrible. But the next day I felt better. So everybody's different. We know that we know RDA has lost a couple of fights because of tough weight cuts to 155. It seems like he's got that under control now. Like it's everybody's different, man.
I think
Gamrot looked great though. He looked so good on the scale today.
I feel like he's one of those guys that can always make weight on short notice.
Yeah.
I've never really seen Gamrot hurting on the scale. So I think it has to do with consistency. Like we have to look at
I like that.
Fighter. If the fighter always looks like crap on the scale and he looks like crap on the scale, well, that's what he usually looks like, SG, let's go. Elle for president. Is that the official title? But and then if somebody usually looks pretty not super sunk in, and then we see them look really bad, that can be a bad sign. So, good question for Grant. We'll go to that later.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, just.
Well, I don't have a fight signed yet. That's why I'm, drinking my morning Coke and enjoying a good lollipop. But I'm hoping to have something soon in December. And to answer your question, I actually feel like they signed more 45ers than 55ers this season. I think there were only 2 55-pound, don't quote me on that, 2 55ers on the Contender Series this year, like 2 separate fights. And so only 2 got signed. If I'm correct, I think the others were 45ers and 70ers. But yeah, they need to cut.
Real quick. That's true. Total sidebar, and wasn't on our notes. Maybe I put it on there super late. I apologize. I do this as well. I get hyperbolic. I get it sometimes. That fight on Tuesday was maybe, or not maybe, was probably the greatest Contender Series fight ever. It was awesome. And especially the first 2 rounds was awesome. But they even posted it, the UFC, they posted it and said, the greatest UFC fight of all time. Come on, guys. It was a great fight. It's not in the top 10 UFC fights ever. It's not. Am I wrong on this? Am I total right, total wrong?
Well, I also think there's levels. Like I'm sure like there are going to be some great people coming off Contender Series, but the level of a fight on Contender Series is not going to equal the level of the
Poirier
greatest
Hooker, the skill of boxing in that fight,
like the technical ability, the
Moreno versus Figueiredo 3, like the like how close and how active those guys are to put on any Pantoja fight. Like, come on, like what are we doing here? Like,
I do feel like there was a women's fight that happened 2 weeks ago that was a banger, and that might be the best women's fight I've ever seen because those girls were trying to kill each other. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of women's fights because they're boring, but that one wasn't. That was great. I loved it. I was all in on that one.
They're both really good.
Yeah, and it was super technical. We need more chicks like that.
Joanna and Wei Lee might have something to argue about, but I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
You're right. You're right.
I want to pull up this because I feel like this relates to what you just said from someone who cares. He said they should be signing heavyweights. They should be signing more heavyweights and more women on Dana White's Contender Series because that's what they need.
Can I counter argument that?
I have a huge counter too, but you go first.
Okay, all right. You say they need to sign more heavyweights. They need to sign better heavyweights. And if they don't have those heavyweights, I think actually keeping them outside the UFC longer so that they can get better is a better idea.
That's fair. That's true.
There are no heavyweights. There are not a 245-pound guy who can grapple, jits, Muay Thai. They're not out there. If they were out there, they would be in the UFC. They have Muhammad Usman in the UFC.
They're in the NFL.
I just had a great idea. The UFC needs to start a program where, because the average NFL career ends
in 3 seasons.
So you take those linemen or the guys that want to fight and you just train them MMA slowly through their
it's brilliant
NFL careers, get them fights on Contender Series, and then bring them into the UFC. We've got a bunch of athletes.
Get all the defensive ends.
100%.
One, that's brilliant. And two, the comment right here, SG just said, I actually like that idea too. I would like if Poatan, Yuri Prohaska, all those guys, those awesome light heavyweights, maybe get a little bit older. Imagine Glover Teixeira as a heavyweight. He's top 5 right now, 2025. Like these guys could have longer careers as a heavyweight.
That's true. No, that's fair. They can go up.
Move up.
I think some guys can, some guys can't. Like, sure. I do think the top guys at heavyweight are pretty athletic and are more naturally walking around at those weights. Yeah. Like, I there's some big guys out there. I think a guy like Alex has the frame to compete at heavyweight as long as it's not Tom Aspinall. But
I'm on my phone right now. Can you bring up the top 10 UFC heavyweights? And tell me a lightweight, younger Yuri Prohaska doesn't beat half of them right now, today.
I think that's the wrong person to use.
Okay, no, I'm older light heavyweight. Dominic Reyes, who's been through it all. He gets chubby. He kind of gets a bigger frame. He's 230.
You're picking hittable guys with questionable chins. Yuri doesn't have a questionable chin. Alex is the only guy to knock him out, but you have to remember how much power is carried at heavyweight. Like, okay, here's the top. All right, where do you want? Top 5?
No. Not, the top 5 is probably great, but start as the champ and go down to 10. And Yuri or Dominic.
Champ is Tom Aspinall, obviously.
Okay.
You have Cyril Gahn, Alexander Volkov, Sergey Pavlovich, Curtis Blades, Jailton Almeida.
All good.
Then it definitely takes a dip.
Oh, thank you.
Waldo Cortez Acosta, Sergey Spivak, Derek Lewis, Ante Delija, and Marcin Tybura.
Read number 11.
Tai Tuivasa.
Why is Tai Tuivasa?
He's not in the UFC anymore.
The top 5 are like pretty solid, and then at 6, it just dives.
So tell me, Dominic Reyes at 8 or Anthony Lionheart Smith at 11 right now? Come on, I'm in.
This is actually like, because of the length, Jamal Hill at heavyweight, he's
That's
been
not
walking
bad.
pretty heavy anyway.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm curious. He might do
I'm telling
okay.
you, I think we're on to something.
Khalil Roundtree's shorter too, though, but
He is
he's
shorter,
got like heavyweight hips.
Jamal Hill has no more. He can never be a light heavyweight championship again. Do we agree on this? Like, there's no.
Yeah, never winning a belt.
Agree.
Right.
He never should have been in the first place.
Okay. That's a different MMA weekly roundup if we want to go there. But if he moves up to heavyweight, puts on weight, I'm not joking. Like, I think he can win 2 or 3 fights, maybe. And I know whatever. He could fight or have a big fight at heavyweight.
I agree. I don't think he can break the top 5, but I think he could compete there. Like,
yeah,
honestly, 6 through 10 is looking pretty rough.
Give me Jamal Hill versus Tai Tuivasa at heavyweight, and then we cut both of them.
Deal. This is the best show ever.
I am very interested to see, with the amount of money that the UFC has just made with this new Paramount deal. Yes, I want to see fighters get paid more. Yes, I want us to, get all the bells and whistles and stuff like that. I love that. But what I would really love to see is them pour money into a weight class, whether that means, hey, we're going to pay more heavyweights, like we're going to scout for better heavyweights. We're going to scout for better women. We're going to offer them more money. Somebody like a Dakota Ditcheva, we want her. We want the best. So it's like bringing, money into a weight class instead of specific fighters.
Women's wrestling has improved drastically in the last 10 years.
Great.
You just scout women's wrestling.
And you offer them a ton of money.
Crazy, because they're making $0 in wrestling.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah. What?
What?
Yeah. I want to. Okay. Let's break this awkward silence.
Back to the heavyweight thing. Back to the. Oh.
No, I want to comment on this. There are 2 options here. If and only if we actually think John Jones could headline the White House card, you save Alex Pereira versus John Jones for that White House card. Because it doesn't have to be a title fight for that to be the biggest fight ever.
And that's a fight that John Jones will actually take, because it's an old man that's way smaller than him.
I agree. If there is absolutely no chance of Jones versus Pereira, Aspinall and Pereira is a huge fight, because nobody gives a flying dung about Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall. I'm sorry. I just don't care.
Yeah. I'm not even joking. I don't think I'm not ordering the pay-per-view. Not doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm taking a stand.
321.
How are you going to stream it if you're not ordering it?
I'm going to call Habib Nurmagomedov. He will send location. Okay. First time ever. Grant, I've never not done this. In 2 months, we have it all for free on Paramount Plus, and the New York card's amazing. We don't have the T-Mobile card. I would assume Volkanovski, Pantoja. I would assume we're going to have 2 or 3 title fights on it. So just not doing it.
321 is the next pay-per-view.
Which pay-per-view are you not ordering to take a stand?
Yeah, 321. Yeah, check it out.
It's
awful. I'm not. Are you ready for this? You ready? The main event has Cyril Gane in it. The co-main event has Werner Jandrova in it. I'm not doing it. They're not having my money.
See that fight, but I understand.
Fight has Mario Batista in it.
I like Mario Batista versus Nurmagomedov, not to win. I like that fight. I like Jailton Almeida versus Alexander Volkanovski. I like that fight. So yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
This is a good fight. Rakic and Murzakanov.
Yes, I like that fight. Ikram versus the Iron Turtle. I like that.
That's free. That's free. That's on ESPN.
Has it in Mitchell?
Yeah. I like that fight too.
Yeah, it's but for a pay-per-view, no, I agree with you. It's rough.
It's bad. It's gross.
You got Ludovic Klein versus Rembetsky on that card.
It's free. That's the best fight on the whole card.
That is.
I'm not joking. That's the best fight on the card.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I agree.
And that's free.
I am interested obviously Tom Aspinall's going to win. Obviously he's going to look great. Obviously it's probably going to be a first round knockout. But I am interested to see somebody, maybe he doesn't go in and wrestle. You know, he didn't wrestle Sergey. So, you know, we know that he's not afraid to strike with people. I think that could be an interesting striking match.
This is an interesting comment. Maybe they are using this as a test to see if Aspinall can bring in eyes on his own. Maybe, or maybe they just don't care because they are absolutely done with ESPN and they want ESPN to lose money on this last event.
They made $8 billion.
And they're like, this is just a big middle finger to ESPN to do this as
Dana White posted the ice sculpture with Paramount Plus and CBS when he's already with his next wife. He's already with her. Okay, like ESPN is done. Maybe the divorce papers are not signed yet. He's already with his next wife. He's done.
So that's fair.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. That's a good one.
Thank you. I'm here all day.
That might be your best.
Spread the veal.
Good corner. Oh yeah, a good corner makes a huge difference.
You want to weigh in on this, Dave?
Oh, my one. No, I don't. I never thought. Not fighting. I talk for a living, dude.
Take it away, my love.
No, yeah, a good corner is great. I think 90% of it is trust. You are about to go to war, and when you have somebody that one thing that I've absolutely loved about my career, every single one of the coaches that I've had would never ask me to do something that they have not done or would not do again. So it's a lot easier to go out there and fight when you don't want to, when you know the people behind you would do it. So a good corner is and have done it. You know, a good corner is irreplaceable.
I love that point by you. And as a devil's advocate, if I'm throwing that out there, and I don't even know, I'm just being honestly, just a real honest question. Has Trevor Whitman ever fought? But he seems like he has a brilliant mind for MMA. And I'm not trying to go there to me. And like I'm jokingly with saying this. I think I'm pretty good. I think I can see stuff. I think I can, after a round or 9 minutes, be like, oh, I did not see that going into the fight. Marab's doing this now, whatever. I think I'm pretty decent, but I've never fought before. Does that really change your, like I said, like Trevor Whitman is known for like one of the best game plan type of guys. I never knew him as a fighter. Does that have to be?
There are exceptions.
Yeah. It takes, being an artist and criticizing art takes two completely different skill sets. And sometimes, they carry over, but they don't always. I would say that Trevor Whitman has to put down the groundwork, not now, obviously, like before. Like if he did never fight, I honestly don't know the answer to that question. If he did never fight, you've got to start slower. Hey, I've been with Justin before he was Justin. Yeah. And like, there's a reason Justin Gaethje doesn't leave Trevor Whitman. I do have to bounce. I have a practice to get to. So thank you guys so much for having me on.
Bye.
I love you so much. Nice tits.
You're the best, dude. What a surprise.
So I want to point out something. Yes, I agree that some of these great coaches have never fought, but like Eric Nixick, for example, has been training MMA since like the early 2000s. So maybe he physically he himself has not had a notable professional career. That doesn't mean he hasn't been training the skills and seeing what works. And I think that's probably the difference between somebody like Trevor Whitman versus somebody like you who can see it, but you've never physically felt, oh, okay, I can use this detail to fix this physical, like this immediate situation.
Also,
and they've
too,
physically experienced it.
100%. And also, too, like to be brutally honest, I feel like I could see something, but I wouldn't know what to say. Be like, oh, he's holding you against the cage too much. We have to do this. I don't know. Like, I don't know what Grant is better at. Hey, do you have to put the underhooks? Do you got to keep the feet moving more? Do we have to strike more? What do we need to do to not to get in that issue? I can see it and kind of call it. I commentate. I do that for a living, but I don't know I wouldn't know what to tell Grant to do to get off the cage, if that makes sense.
Also, I didn't know this. I just looking it up as you were talking, and I'm sorry I wasn't listening to anything you were saying because I was looking this up. I pulled a Dave. He does this to me all the time. So Trevor Whitman was a boxer. He had a boxing career. And he had to retire at 21 years old because he was diagnosed with a lung condition, a hyperinflated lung. I've never heard of that before. So he decided to be a coach instead. So, he probably had the mind for fighting and maybe not the body just because of his condition. And so he's made a fantastic coach.
Great coach.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Great coach.
Yeah. Well, so he did. These guys have trained. So it's like maybe they were like, and there's also guys like we see this in the gym all the time. They're like gym heroes. They are world class training partners, and they have helped some of the greatest fighters prepare for their fights. But maybe they just can't put it together in the cage themselves. There have been, a lot of fighters like that too. I imagine fighters like that probably make good coaches. I would imagine. This is so weird. What are you doing? Do you want me to take your face off?
Yes.
Did you? I was like, do you not have buttons? Oh, I guess you don't.
Back. I'm back.
He's back with his normal background. Okay.
Oh, I just couldn't do it on my phone anymore. Sorry.
I think that definitely happens, where there are guys that maybe are great coaches or really great training partners that aren't great fighters. And so they probably they probably did come up training, maybe expecting to fight, and they it didn't work out for them. So a lot of them probably transitioned to coaching very early on in their career,
Yeah.
This is a good question. I think it depends. I think there are great fighters that do become great coaches. I think Mike Brown is a perfect example. Dude was top guy of that era, and is one of the best coaches of all time. And I think there's probably some really great fighters. I don't think Yuri Prohaska is going to make a great MMA coach someday.
Yeah, I think the opposite. I think almost a lesser, a gritty, gutty guy with a lot of heart, but who's brilliant, like very, very smart. Like Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown's the perfect guy. Very high level, but it's not the greatest mixed martial artist
of all time, right?
I think he, one, was brilliant, and two, a lot of it was on guts and guile. And when you put that together, you're the perfect coach.
No, I agree. And I think I would imagine a lot of great coaches have had a story like Trevor Whitman too.
Right.
Where it's like, I really wanted to do this and my body just wouldn't let me, but I have the passion and the mind for fighting. Yeah. And so they take that passion and they want to stay part of the sport, and they just pour it into coaching. So I would imagine there. Can you imagine corner advice from Yuri?
No. Use your head.
What goes on in his head when he's fighting? Like I know I said this on Tuesday, but I literally watching it, I was like, this looks like my Mortal Kombat character when I am playing. I'm just button mashing, and he's facing the wrong direction, and he's jumping, and his feet are never in the right place. Like what changes in his mind that he goes from his performance in round 2 to finishing the fight in round 3? Like, what is happening?
It's amazing.
Can we just study him for science?
Am I frozen?
Yeah, you're a little frozen. It's not too bad. You should have stayed on the phone. It's okay. We're not going to be too much longer, but you're good. Can we hear you at least?
I'm staying live for 3 hours, Elle. I don't know about you. You can leave. I'm staying live for 3.
You have fun. It'll just be Dave being frozen and glitching for 3 straight hours. There's just a roulette wheel of moves in his head that he spins to decide his next move. That makes so much sense. I love that meme where it was like, Yuri's coach, Yuri, you're down 2 rounds. Yuri, what are rounds?
This is unbelievable.
That's probably what they said to him in between rounds. David. All right, Dave's gonna get back on his phone.
I'm so bummed out right now. I'm so bummed.
Stay on your phone. It's not. You look almost exactly the same as you do on your computer.
I'm so bummed out.
It's fine. All right. What else is on the headlines? Okay, we have.
I don't have my phone. No,
I have it. Okay, What's up?
Charles Oliveira back in Brazil is amazing. Like this, I'm so
Yes.
happy he's getting this. I don't know what's going to happen on Saturday. I've been going back and forth. On Thursday or Friday, I went to call you. I was super high on Gamrot. I'm like, you look at Gamrot's resume, 2 losses by split decision. So one that night, a judge had Gamrot winning. He would literally be almost undefeated in the UFC if it wasn't for split decisions. He's so good. And I feel like I don't want to say he's kryptonite of Oliveira, but I can feel him being so in front of his face and so and just nonstop. I don't know. I like Gamrot, but then seeing Charles back in Brazil, I'm like, how can I bet against this guy?
I think there's the only asterisk on this fight for me is the short notice. And it's 5 rounds. And it's a huge fight, like you said. Like, and I will say, I think a lot of people would let the pressure of fighting in Brazil against Charles Oliveira, who is the new king of Rio. Like with Anderson Silva and Jose Aldo gone from the sport, I feel like Alex Pereira is obviously a huge Brazilian superstar, but I feel like Charles Oliveira just has the people's hearts. I think a
1,000,000%.
lesser fighter than Gamrot, that would get to their head. Gamrot, he's insane. And that stuff doesn't affect him because he is a mental monster. So I don't think that gets to his head. I think stylistically, Gamrot is a super tough matchup for Charles Oliveira. The one asterisk for me is the short notice and 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Gamrot's always in good shape, but 25 minutes is a lot of fight. And Gamrot isn't known for finishing. So typically his path to victory is a very grindy, high-paced decision. That is a normal Mateusz Gamrot fight. And that can be hard if you're doing that on short notice over 25 minutes. So that
Right.
for me is the one thing that's sticking out. I think if Gamrot has a full fight, I think he beats Charles Oliveira. I think his style, or sorry, a full fight camp. If he has a
Right.
full camp, I think there are very few. They fight 10 times out of 10. I think Gamrot wins that probably 9 times out of 10.
Wow.
But this short notice for me is the asterisk. Like, and I agree that the moment is huge, but moments don't get to a guy like Mateusz Gamrot. So I don't
No.
think that's a factor here.
So 2 things. The moment wise, I'm not thinking negatively towards Gamrot sometimes, and I don't know about you. Sometimes moments can inspire the other. Like I think
Right?
like if Charles is down but the whole crowd's going crazy in Brazil, he goes to his corner. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm not, maybe that's too naive or casual of me. I just think him in Brazil that's like a myth fighter. Like I think Charles Oliveira is gonna be tough to beat in Brazil. I really do.
I
Back
can
to the
see that.
Gamrot part.
On that same
Oh,
note, sorry, before you move on, we've seen Charles buckle when he goes to other people's territories. So I can
right,
see it. I can see this being the opposite side of that spectrum. Like he
right.
did not show up to Abu Dhabi in good form. Like
No,
he needed his whole group of people, and like you could tell he let the moment really get to him being in Abu
exactly.
Dhabi.
I think this is the opposite. I think he's gonna be like
I
lifted.
no, and that very well could be the case. I think the thing that helps Charles though is that this is short notice for Gamrot more so.
Right. And back to my Gamrot thing is, and maybe this is a bad take. I think so everyone thinks Gamrot should, hey dude, it's a little bit on short notice. Make sure you pace yourself or whatever. Make sure you're there in the 5th round. I think the opposite. I think Gamrot should go full steam ahead. You try to win the first 3 rounds. Like
Right.
be the best 15-minute fighter. And then I hate to say this, round 4 and 5, play
Finished.
defense, move your feet. If you got to be on the ground, hold, like just make it a little bit of I hate to say it, a boring fight. Win the first 15 minutes and just hang on. I think that's his way to victory.
No, I agree. I agree. And
Wow.
I just can't see Charles could guillotine, but I just can't see him like subbing him off his back. Like
I totally
already being taken down. I can't see Charles subbing Gamrot off his back. His like submission awareness and I think his jujitsu is very underrated because he doesn't have a lot of submissions. But if you actually watch the technical grappling ability of Gamrot, it's not just wrestling. Like he has such a complete grappling arsenal, defensively, offensively, like he really does. And so I just can't see him getting like armbarred or triangled or even leg locks. Like Charles, I don't think goes for that many leg locks these days because he has good fight IQ. But I agree. I could see him getting passed over a lot if he loses this fight, because I think the UFC already passes over Gamrot more than they should.
Right.
Maybe not never. Maybe never is the wrong word. But
that's a tough word.
It would take him a lot. If he loses, it's going to take him more to get back to a title shot, or to get to a title shot, than it would Charles if Charles.
Of course. You ready for this?
It's too big of a start.
On that comment, the main thing I would say is that this year, 2025, Renato Moicano fought for the world championship. That's my argument. Shit happens. Weird stuff happens in this game.
Do you remember what he was ranked when that happened?
8, 10, in that range.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Because he was him versus Benny, and Benny was ranked ahead of him.
How much did you freak out when he landed? Like, he landed super hard on his lump. I was like, it's gonna happen, and then he went down. I was like, oh, never mind. It's over.
It's over. It's over.
I had a moment of hope. That would have been so awesome.
But I'm very happy with the weigh-ins. Figueiredo, I thought him and looked good. He actually looked a little bit better than Jackson.
I'm really excited for that fight.
Me too. It's a pretty good card. I'm totally bummed out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Walter Walker, my main event on this card, is off. I'm pretty bummed out. I'm not gonna lie. But
I am too.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny. Like, we have a fight night like this and we're stoked. We have like a pay-per-view that would be like an okay fight night, and we're so pissed.
Again, it's the fact of
it's $90.
Yeah, $90. And if CBS if Paramount Plus didn't exist in 2 months, I would order it. I'm like, oh wait, $12.99, I get all this for free.
I genuinely think the UFC, this event is the UFC giving ESPN the middle finger. Like,
yeah, it's so bad.
They're like, oh, okay, like, we're done with you guys. We want to make sure you make as little money on this last event as possible.
So bad. By the way, everyone, so last Friday I did like a watch along and like a live. Everything I sent out 3 big shipments to 3 lucky people who won stuff and wanted like PFL hats. Our guy Andrew Slaughter made a really, really generous donation to Michael's St. Jude's fundraiser. So we sent him out a massive care package. Elle, it was big. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good care package. So hopefully Andrew likes that. So everything I put in the mail yesterday, just want everyone to know.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you want me to? Sorry, let me go back to the notes. I have to play host now that I'm on the left here. Okay, you also had Poatan being back in Brazil. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. He's going to the event. It's UFC Rio. Like,
I'm so happy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes some things are just right. Poatan is the UFC light heavyweight champion. I'm so happy. He's eating dinner with his family. He went back to the tire shop. He's at a UFC event. I love it. I'm so happy for Poatan.
Yeah. No, I like him so much better as a champion than I did on playoff. You know, I'm really stoked that I was wrong about that fight. Like, and I said it before too. I was like, I hope I'm wrong, and I still am. You know, I'm very happy about it. It's right, and I feel like it's so important that he is the champion because of this. Because this is what makes Herrera fighting Aspinall or Jones at the White House, either or. That's what makes it so much more enticing, is that Poatan is a champion again. Like, because I agree, we went through the heavyweight top 10 and it's rough. Like, there's really nobody next in line after Gane.
No.
And in my opinion, Gane shouldn't even be getting this shot. Like, he's been so inactive, and he's not on a big winning streak either.
His last fight, he lost to Alexander Volkov.
I agree.
The judges gave it the other way. He lost that fight.
I agree with you. And obviously that you can't give a title shot based off that. But my point is, like, that's his win streak, right? Like,
yeah. Before that, he lost to John Jones in a minute.
He's been so inactive. So it's like, you got a guy on a 1-fight questionable win streak, and that's your best option. That's your best option for a title contender. Like it's rough at heavyweight right now. So that just opens up the door. I remember when Alex lost the belt, we were like, remember we were talking about this. We were like, the UFC missed their opportunity to do Alex Pereira and Tom Aspinall. We were like, they should have done it ages ago. Dean Toole was talking about it. He was like, they should do it right away before anybody loses. And they didn't. We were like, oh, we lost that opportunity. We have it again. Like, we have it again. And it's a heavyweight title fight that I'm actually excited about that doesn't have John Jones in it.
It would be the biggest fight of the year. That's the best fight they can make.
It's the second best fight they can make after Alex Pereira and John Jones. That would be that at the White House, Dave. If they can make that happen, that would be insane. And I agree with you. I think it's enticing enough to get John Jones to actually agree to a dollar amount. So I am fingers crossed. So you have that as the headline. Conor McGregor in the co-main event versus Chandler or whoever. Like, that would be an insane White House card. Kayla Harrison fights Amanda Nunes. Like, just killer card.
Marab versus Umar, too.
You could put that on there. You could put Corey Sandhagen and Sean O'Malley somewhere on that card. You have a multitude of American fighters. You could put Buckley there. You can put Kevin Holland there. You can put Sean Brady there.
I got another one. Chimaev versus Sean Strickland.
Yeah. Sure, why the hell not?
Everyone.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but sure, why the hell not?
No, Strickland's going to be Fluffy.
Strickland's calling out Fluffy.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have him beating Fluffy if they fight?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
It would be great for the White House card.
Have Fluffy fight. I think he is a fighter that I think could attract new fans to the sport with a style that isn't like knockout heavy. We already know people love striking, and the people who don't watch MMA that will tune in for the White House card, they already know they want to see kickboxers and knockouts. Imagine they don't know what an exciting grappler looks like, and they watch a card with Fluffy and Marab on it. Like, that's going to attract new fans to the sport.
What do you think? Remember when Ilya Topuria...
Also, this might be an issue.
Yeah, good point. Do you remember when Ilya tweeted out, hey, Conor, or something of that nature, when all the Conor news was happening, Ilya tweeted out, I'm the one that's headlining the White House card. He could be on it too.
Yeah, he can be on it, but he can headline it if he's fighting an American. You have to have an American in the main event.
There's no American at lightweight.
They don't exist, apparently. I mean, I think Justin Gaethje you can put on that card. Max Holloway you can put on that card. There are so many like top 5 lightweights that can be on that card. But I think it's wrong to do. I think if you want to attract a new wave of American fans, you're like the feature fight through the main event all have to be big fights with Americans in them.
Yeah, you're probably right. You are probably right.
This is great for the White House card.
I agree.
Great for the White House card.
I think that fight's going to happen before the White House card.
I think so too.
Because that fight sets up the next fight.
I agree. Yeah. And I think it sets it up very well for the White House card because I just can't see Patty beating Max. And so I think Max probably does beat Patty.
Patty Pimblett beats Max Holloway 9 days out of 10.
I genuinely can't tell if you're serious right now. The most complete fighter of all time. Probably.
I'm going to put the Kanye West meme. I guess we'll never know.
We'll see.
Patty think never loses.
I think.
Have you ever seen Patty Pimblett lose?
I think Holloway probably beats Patty Pimblett, and then you can use him for a really big fight on the White House card. I can't. Max Holloway has stellar takedown defense, insane volume, a chin from the gods. Like,
yeah, that's not bad.
The only man to put him down is Ilya Topuria. Like,
how good's that guy?
And Ilya puts everybody down.
Yeah, he's good.
Legendary Josh Emmett from 3 years ago.
Can we go back to the main event real quick with Oliveira and Gamrot? The one thing I lean a little bit towards Oliveira is, and I think you'll totally understand this, his resume the last 4 or 5 years, even his losses, I don't care. I don't care about losses in the top level UFC. This man has fought the best of the best, has went rounds, different distance. He's lost different ways, won different ways. This guy's done everything. Like, and every time I feel like we count him out, maybe we count him out against the Benny fight, maybe we count him out against the Chandler, whatever it was. He like wins. It's like a weird thing. I don't see Oliveira losing in Brazil. I just don't.
No, I think there's definitely, it's a factor. I agree. It's just, I just feel like the style, to me, it's an issue if Gamrot can push the pace for 3 whole rounds. If Gamrot can push the pace for 3 rounds, I think he wins this fight. If he can't, like if he starts slowing down a little early, like I think that's rough with it being short notice. But I just,
question for the chat, and don't cheat. If you're on your phone, don't look on Google. Be real. Who did Mateusz Gamrot beat last? If you do it, I'll send you a free UFC trading card for the chat.
Sorry, I'm done.
I know you know,
I
but
know.
it's
Same.
tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. So
It's tough if you don't watch fights. If you watch
that's
fights,
a big jump. That's a big jump.
It is, but then go back through his last 5 and it's not a big jump at all. Former champion on there, like and a dude that should be fighting for a title. Like,
Yeah. Right.
there's some great names on Mateusz Gamrot's resume. And the ones that aren't huge names, it's not Gamrot's fault. It's not like he's not winning enough fights.
I agree.
To get a good opportunity. It's that he's not. There's so many superstars at lightweight that guys like him get passed over a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you see that Walter Walker weighed in?
He did. So it is heavyweight. If there is a
get a guy off the street,
they can do a short notice on day. It's heavyweight.
Yeah.
Are they going to sign somebody, or you think is that why Alex isn't? I'm just kidding. It's like, is that why Alex?
That would be the biggest main event in the history of the UFC. It would. Gamrot would go to co-main event versus Oliveira. Poatan versus Walter Walker
At heavyweight.
Oh, that's a pay-per-view.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Just
you can't risk Poatan getting his knee blown out by the number 14th ranked heavyweight.
He would do it too. Walter Walker is amazing. It's not Hooker. Not Hooker. Telling you guys. It's hard.
He actually lost a split decision to Hooker on very short notice in Australia. Gamrot's the short notice king when it comes to taking. Like he fought Jalen Turner like not training at all.
So you're telling me that Gamrot on short notice went to a different country to fight their countryman and lost via split decision?
Very different styles. Very different styles. Very different circumstances.
Wait. If Oliveira fights Dan Hooker next week, who wins that fight? What?
I don't. Different MMA math doesn't add up like that sometimes, Dave.
You ready for this one? You want a hot take? Dan Hooker is one of the most overrated fighters in the sport right now.
Okay.
Hot take.
Sure, if you can sit with that, that's fine. But just think about what Oliveira's recent fights have looked like. I think he might be a little gun shy. I don't think he's going to be gun shy fighting Gamrot because Gamrot doesn't have a ton of power on the feet and he's not known for putting guys away. Hooker has dangerous striking. Calm down, Dave. I'm getting that shirt made and I'm just going to wear it every show. I'm going to have 10 of them. I'll just rotate through. No,
By the way, Elle, you look very tremendous right now. What are you doing after this show? It seems like you're going out to a fancy brunch or something.
No, I like pulled my hair back so it doesn't look like a hot mess, and I put a very small amount of makeup on my face because I'm not sweaty for once.
So wait, you have no plans after this?
I mean, I have things to do, but I have no plans.
You're not going on a fancy date?
No.
Wow, you look tremendous today, by the way.
Thank
saying
you.
that. You're
I
welcome.
have to do this more often. But no, I want to go back to Perth versus Brazil is a very different circumstance because Perth is polar opposite time zone. Rio is the exact same time zone. Like it's the same time zone as like Central. I'm pretty sure Rio is either the same as Eastern time or it's the same as like Central America, like Central time in America. It's like it's exactly the same. So the travel to Brazil is so much less difficult than the travel to Perth. It's half the flight time. I also don't think he was able to get to Perth as early as he was able to get to Brazil. So you're adjusting to literally opposite time zone. Like they are sleeping while we are living out our days. Like
Yeah.
that is an insane adjustment to make for a fight like that. And the output too. I feel like Hooker has very high output. So it's and that was a super close fight. Super close fight. Very different styles.
So all that being said, I agree. I think Gamrot beats Hooker 9 out of 10 fights. I really do. I think you just said Gamrot had the worst opportunity to win, and one judge gave him the fight. I'm not anti Gamrot. I'm not anti is not the right word.
You're
I just
anti-Hooker.
think Dan Hooker is way overrated. I think if Oliveira fights Hooker, Oliveira beats him 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
I think it's more even than that.
Okay.
I because of not like every version of Hooker, or sorry, every version of Oliveira. I think this version of Oliveira. I think he's maybe struggling a little bit upstairs with the power,
Yeah.
losing the arm on, getting knocked out by Ilya. Okay, you were like, and I know nobody guessed it, but you were saying like, look at Gamrot's last win. That's a big jump. Look at Charles' last win. That's a big jump. Who's Charles' last win, Dave?
Benny Jarouche.
Nope. That was a long time ago. That was probably the last time he looked really good.
He has a win past that?
Yeah. And it's not a good win.
Michael Chandler?
Michael Chandler is his only win since 2023. He has one win in 2 years. Wow. And it is Michael Chandler.
Well played, Elle. You got me boxed in a corner. Well played.
I'm just saying, I think Oliveira deserves our respect as an MMA legend. But he's 35. We know the rule of 35. And I think lately he just hasn't looked as good. He looked really good when he fought Benny Dariush.
No, he looked really good against Armand, I thought. That was a good fight, Elle.
Armand's
really awesome.
That was a really
Armand's good.
No,
that was a razor sharp fight.
That's fair. He looked really good in the Armand fight. But to be honest, he didn't look that great fighting Michael Chandler, who looked really bad. Like
who
that
was
good
not against Michael Chandler.
Like I think you should look good against Michael Chandler.
No, I agree with that. I agree.
Like, and the fact that he didn't look that great and he didn't take risks against Michael Chandler. That's my issue. Like, this guy's not beating anybody. Michael Chandler's not beating anybody again in the top, I don't know.
30?
No. 10?
40?
No, come on. But like he's probably not beating another ranked guy. And Charles didn't take any risks at all.
And you ready for this one? And I know, people are gonna go crazy about this. I think this is hot take Dave, I guess. This is the new me. Look at Alexander Volkanovski against Ilya. They went back and forth, it was a round and a half. They did their thing. Max Holloway, you ready? Hot take. I think Max Holloway maybe even won round one against Ilya.
No,
he looked really good. It was like, this is awesome. Ilya Taporia walked right through Charles Oliveira. It wasn't even like a fight. It was like, this guy's amazing. This guy's past his prime. You might be onto something here. Elle Dawson might be onto something here.
Gamrot is 34. He is the younger man here by a year. But I'm just saying, like, Gamrot might be close too, but I don't think Gamrot started his descent yet.
Right.
Like, he's hitting the age where most people at lightweight, at least, tend to start to decline. But I don't think we've really seen him decline yet. Like, he hasn't had like a performance where it's like, oh, he's not Gamrot anymore.
Right.
We might have already seen that from Charles. We just don't know yet. I think this fight is the litmus test.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a big fight. Guys.
It is. It is.
This
and
is such a good fight.
Sometimes Charles gets in his own head too. I think he tends to feed off energy. So I do think it being in Brazil is very good for him. But he does tend to get in his head. He definitely got in his head against Islam. And I think he did it again against Ilya. And now he's coming off a big knockout. This loss could bump him down quite a bit, you know. I don't think it puts him out completely. I think he's such a big superstar. I think if he loses to Gamrot, it just, instead of it lowering Oliveira's value, it just skyrockets Gamrot's, in my opinion.
Who does Oliveira fight if he loses to Gamrot?
Hang on, let me pull up the rankings.
Dawson?
The thing with Oliveira is he can fight anyone. It's just whether the UFC is like, okay, it's time to like Dustin, for example, they made him fight Benoit. He deserved bigger matchups than that, but they made him fight Benoit. So are they going to be like, okay, it's time to use you to build young guys? And if they can't cut it, they can't cut it? Or do they keep putting him in big fights because he's such a draw? That's the question. I mean,
got it.
Oliveira and Gaethje, you could put, there's a lot of matchups you can make.
Elle. Oliveira cannot lose to Gamrot on short notice in Rio and fight a top 5 guy. He can't. No way. Can't do it.
Okay, so I mean, you can if he loses, it makes a lot of sense to do to reset him and Fiziev.
Yeah, that's a good one. How about him versus Oliveira versus Brian Ortega's debut at lightweight?
Sure. Man, I'm having such a I'm not excited. Brian Ortega, for me, a weight class move is not going to fix Brian Ortega's problem.
You think it's all mental?
I don't know what it is, but it's not like he gets out there and he just looks so sunk in that he can't perform. He gets out there and he just looks bad all around.
It happens.
Like Patchy. I don't think Patchy's problem is that he is the weight cut. I think Patchy's problem is that he just looks bad. Like, I don't think going up in weight is going to solve.
Don't get me on Patchy. Don't get me on Patchy right now.
We can't bring that up. We will really need a calm down Dave button. I'll have to mute him again.
I'm trying to calm down right now. I'm listening to you guys in the chat.
Like, I don't see that you're moving to a deeper division with better guys who are more well-rounded, and your issue isn't like his issue isn't like he looks amazing for round 1 and then he gasses because the weight cut's too much. Like, he has looked bad in his last couple, which is such a shame because I was so high on him. Like, do you remember him fighting Volkanovski? Like, we haven't seen that Brian Ortega in a while.
SG for sure. If Gamrot wins this fight, he's in that 4 of Ilya, Patty, Max, Gaethje, and then Gamrot's next. And
there's so many exciting fights there.
Yeah, whatever happens, like we could see Gamrot versus Max Holloway. We could see Gamrot. Yeah, I don't know if Patty loses to Max.
Gamrot makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like I said Gamrot Gaethje makes a lot of sense if Gaethje ever fights again.
No, Gaethje's never fighting again. A guy like Gamrot. Gaethje will fight for the championship, and then win or lose.
They want to give him a title shot, and honestly, I don't know that they should. Like, has he earned it?
You ready for this one?
What?
Gaethje's fighting for the title next. Play the bottom line.
Off a 1-fight win streak over the number 10 ranked guy?
He doesn't deserve it, Elle.
Patty deserves it more than him. And I can't believe I'm saying that. He's ranked higher.
Patty Pimblett, true inspiration to all MMA fighters, to all young MMA fighters.
Justin Gaethje's last 3 fights, 2 of them are the number 10 ranked guy. 1 was a very close fight. And the other guy is retired. Those are his only wins since Michael Chandler in 2021. He literally does not have a win over a current top 5 guy since ever. Like, he does not have a single win over a current top 5 fighter.
Yeah.
And he's getting a title shot?
I don't disagree, Elle. I agree with you. It's
That's insane. And Armand
should be Patty Pimblett.
Get out. That's outrageous. Unless they're trying to do it just for the White House card so they can have Gaethje on the White House card. That's the only reason
They might, actually. That's actually a good point. But
that's the only reason he should get that title shot. And I
even
love
Dana.
Like,
Dana White did say the winner of Armand and Hooker does become the undisputed #1 contender.
Has to.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing this because he knows Armand is going to beat Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
Like, and they want Armand to fight Ilya for the title. I think there's a lot of question marks around that fight. While, like, is there anything in your gut that says that Justin Gaethje can beat Ilya Topuria?
No.
Me neither.
No.
Me neither. I think there's some really exciting, great fights for Justin Gaethje in the top, like, 8 that I would love to see, that I think he can look great in. I do not see a path to victory for Justin Gaethje against Ilya Topuria. And
I think
Armand, let me finish my point real quick. Sorry. And Armand poses all these amazing questions. We have never seen Ilya fight a grappler like Armand, ever, in any weight class. We have no idea what happens in that scenario. It's the most exciting matchup to make. If Patty blows through people, if Patty beats a guy like Max Holloway, I'm all in. I'm on board. Then that becomes the most exciting matchup for Ilya Topuria. But as of right now, the most interesting and intriguing matchup is Armand. And I think Dana knows that. And so, but everybody's pissed because he didn't fight Islam on the card. What was that? UFC 3. I don't remember what card it was.
308.
308. Thank you. Dave knows all the events. You remember all of those. And so everybody's pissed about it. So Dana's like, all right, I got to get the fans psyched again. So he blows through Hooker. It's like, okay, we're pumped for that matchup again. Now we can make that fight happen. Yeah. So I think that makes sense. But it's like, Gaethje I'm a huge Gaethje fan. I cannot reiterate that enough. I am not trashing on Gaethje. I would be upset if I was the rest of the top 5 watching Justin Gaethje get a title shot off of 2 wins over Rafael Fiziev and beating a very beloved and popular, but a retired Dustin Poirier.
Yeah. No, good point. Good point. I think Gaethje's more of a kind of like a thank you, a little bit of a legacy fight. So I think that's why the Gaethje fight would happen against Ilya.
Welcome, Rennie. We're happy to have you here. What's up?
Sub the channel, Rennie. Sub.
Yeah, sub the channel. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from. Can Gaethje get past the second round against Topuria at least?
No.
I don't think so.
Especially how Gaethje fights. Like, they're going to swing at each other.
I mean, that's old Gaethje. Gaethje has found a much more technical reserve style as he's gotten older, which I respect. He has fought much, much smarter in his last few fights. The way Topuria covers distance, I feel like he finds his mark so beautifully. It's the accuracy. And even though he's short, he covers distance. There's a great account that does these awesome breakdowns, and I cannot remember the name, or I promise I would credit it. But he does a great breakdown of the way Ilya Topuria steps through on his hooks. It's like if John Lineker was 100 times more technical. And I love John Lineker. I'm just speaking highly of Ilya Topuria. It really is there is something so special about the way he covers distance and his accuracy. Gaethje is very hittable, DC. I agree. He is a hittable guy. And I think we saw, we've seen his chin hold up against a guy like Fiziev, but Fiziev doesn't carry power like Ilya or accuracy like Ilya.
Sorry, I pushed the wrong button.
Do you want me to
yeah, wrong button. Yeah. I had one other thing about Gaethje, I believe. No, so I do think they're going to give the first pay-per-view will be Ilya Topuria on Paramount. I think it will be Gaethje. I think we're going to get Patty versus Max. And insane. Then we got Armand and Dan. So there's a plenty. They're building. I think they're building Ilya Taporia a 3-fight 2026. Like he's got to fight
I
Gaethje
agree.
in January, the White House, whoever Max, Armand, Patty, somewhere, and then in fall December he fights the other one.
But you can't. You have to have him fight an American on the White House card, in my opinion. So
No. Elle, if the main event is John Jones and Poatan, there and Kayla and Amanda and Sean Brady versus Islam, you have your 3 Americans fight for champions.
Buckley,
Huh?
you have
Yeah.
you can have Buckley on
Yeah,
there.
you can't. It's the UFC. I'm sorry. There's a lot of non-good American fighters. Like,
No, that's true. There's some really
Ilya
good
won't
American
headline.
fighters too, though. Yeah. It depends how I think you have to get Gaethje another win. In my opinion, it's better to do Gaethje versus somebody else that he can
he
beat.
won't do it. Elle, he won't do it. He'll walk away.
Then tell him to leave. Tell him to retire and open up the rankings for the guys who actually want to fight. I'm so tired of the top 5 at lightweight doing this.
I know, but it's
Buddha.
Elle, I agree with what you're saying, but there is a part of me. It's like, man, Gaethje's been a part of some of the best UFC moments in the last 5 years, especially for that division. And Ilya's gonna walk through him.
Hang on. In the last 3 years?
5 years.
5 years, okay. In the last 3 years, the only big moment he's been on the end of is getting knocked out by Max Holloway.
That's a big moment. That's a big one, Elle.
But he's losing. Rennie's my guy. Rennie, you're my guy. Earn it, man. Earn it. There are plenty of lightweights that want to fight more regularly, and I'm so upset because I felt like when there was this changing of the guard with Dustin Poirier retiring, and then all of a sudden Max Holloway went to lightweight, Ilya Taporia went to lightweight, and the lightweight got so tangled up again. And
it's back though. It's back.
It's back again.
Charles and Gamrot, Hooker and Armand. It's coming back.
Hooker and Armand is moving the division along.
Yes.
Charles and Gamrot is not moving the division along that well because the UFC is not interested in giving either of them a title shot after this.
Elle, every winner can't get a title shot right away. If Gamrot wins, he fights a top 4 guy. That's a big movement for Gamrot.
That will move it along. I agree.
Yeah.
If Gamrot wins. If Charles wins, it doesn't move the division at all.
Well, that's
which
we can't,
I know. That's not.
You have to. I
therefore.
respect Charles Oliveira for giving the younger, lower rated guy a chance. He's given him the chance to move up in this top 5.
No. What happened, I think, is the UFC said, okay, we'll find you a replacement for Rafael Fiziev. Here's Mateusz Gamrot. And Charles Oliveira said, no, thank you. Because he knows how tough of a matchup that is that does nothing for him. And the UFC said, oh, okay, then no. You're not on the card. And Charles is like, okay, no, I want to fight in Rio. I do not think Charles Oliveira wanted to fight Mateusz Gamrot.
No. Elle, as a dad of 4, I have my kids around this big table, and we have broccoli on the table. 3 of our kids won't eat it. So we have to, hey, you can play video games for an hour. Here's a $20 bill. Here's any video game you want. You have to bribe your kids to eat the broccoli. After an hour of fighting with them, they'll eat the broccoli, and they become the broccoli heavyweight champion. You give them everything. I don't. You might be right, but Oliveira is doing the deed.
Broccoli.
He's fighting him. You have to give him respect. He's doing it.
You're doing this, whether you like it or not.
He's doing it.
They could not lose. They could not lose this main event, Dave.
Well, Walter Walker could have been the main event. They just, they knew Usman was going to run.
Calm down, Dave. Calm down.
I need a Walter Walker shirt. Do they sell them?
I need to know in the comment section who would buy like a $15, $20 Fight Bananas t-shirt that has the Fight Bananas logo and just says Dave, calm down, Dave on it. I need to know who would buy that. I will also make a Gamrot as broccoli t-shirt.
The worst, Elle, I'm not even joking about this. I've been looking, yeah, man.
We do wash alongs.
Yeah, we
We
had
do
2 last week. We had 2.
Yeah.
So.
PFL and UFC 320.
Rennie, welcome to the team, Rennie.
We may or may not do one for UFC 321 just off principle of it being such a bad pay-per-view. No, well, I'm sure we'll do one.
What are you guys? Where are you? What are you doing next Saturday for UFC Vancouver?
I don't know. What's the date?
I might be
Probably watching it on our couch.
I might be at your house watching the fights.
We'll do the Dawsons plus Dave Van Auken.
I'll talk to you off air. I might be coming over.
Going on. I'm down.
So,
we aren't doing a watch. Well, I was like, we aren't doing a watch along for this weekend. Well, unless you want to do one, Dave. We usually only do the pay-per-views, but sometimes
but guys, tomorrow night is my 10-year wedding anniversary with my beautiful bride. We're going on a sexy date. Okay.
No, you're not doing a watch along tomorrow.
Yeah, if the Dawsons want to do one, that'd be epic TV. But
I
don't know if you want to do it for Gamrot.
I don't think we can. We'll let you know if somebody wants to do one. Maybe G will do one.
Huh?
Maybe G can do it. Maybe G could do one.
By herself?
I've done it before. I did UFC, I did the Ilya Max card by myself.
You did.
Office. It was everybody watched with me. It was actually super fun.
It's so much fun. It's so fun. G will be sleeping, I think, for
true.
UFC Brazil. Especially Sunday Morning Brew's been on fire lately.
I will be back for the Sunday Morning Brew on this weekend on the 12th. I was like, what's the date?
Nice. Also, real quick, shout out. Last week, Ryan Gerald did a great interview with Brendan Allen, one half of the main event of UFC in Vancouver on this very YouTube channel. Go check that out. Yesterday, James Lynch did an interview with Adrian Yanez. I watched it twice out. It's so good. We have a ton of content coming out today from it. Why he's been gone for 10 months, about the Marab fight, who he's been training with lately. Really, really good interview. Adrian Yanez, James Lynch, the same YouTube channel. So check that out. It's out there.
I'm a big Adrian Yanez fan. Always
it's good interview. Good interview.
I like his fighting style a lot. He's very fun to watch.
One of the best moments ever, San Antonio, 18 months ago, he beats that guy who was talking trash and flicks him off. Oh, insane.
How do you remember the dates of everything?
Oh, well, when you love something, you'll remember it. Okay?
I love fighting. I just don't remember dates. I remember moments, Dave. Moments.
Also,
yes.
I don't get punched in the head for a living as well. All right? You get punched in the head.
That's probably it. It's the CTE. ATT Army this weekend, Mateusz Gamrot, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, my teammates, my friends, our Polish people. So
dude, you and Kovalovich did an awesome watch along.
That was really fun.
That was a great one.
Did fun. She was just cussing in Polish the whole time. It was great. The whole time. People were translating for me in the comments. We had a good time though. That was really fun. We had 2 teammates fighting each other. Guys, if you have not watched Chris Duncan versus Mateusz Rumbetsky, that might be top 3 fights of the year. Like that was a banger.
Better than that Contender Series fight.
I agree.
I know.
Banger.
It's a hot take. Everyone's saying it's the greatest fight ever. It's a good fight, and it's the best fight on Contender Series. It's awesome. I loved it. I watched it.
I think people forget just a few, every year on Contender Series has a fight like that. Almost every year. Yeah. Jack Della Maddalena and Angelusa was an amazing fight. That was 3 years ago.
Talking about the welterweight champion?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's his Contender Series fight was awesome. That's
crazy.
That shows a big gap too from because Angelusa has not done amazing in the UFC. He's won some fights, but there's a huge gap from their Contender Series fight to Jack now. Hi. My name is Elle Dawson. My husband is Grant Dawson. We are both professional fighters. Happy to have you, Ren. So happy to have you, man. We also have the lovely and awesome Jillian Robertson on our show very often. Future UFC strawweight champ.
Wow.
So we've got the lineup here. It's a good time. It's a good time. We're happy to have you, man.
Also, Veronica Hardy joining soon.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna have Veronica on Tuesday. We're gonna have
Tuesday.
her Veronica Hardy on Tuesday
Fareed
as well
Bassarat.
as Bassarat. Both get to chat about their wins, their big wins at UFC 320. Super
awesome.
pumped about that. We love Fareed. Fareed is a teammate of mine as well. So it should be a good Tuesday show.
I love it. Yeah, every Tuesday, 1 to 3 p.m. we're live. Sunday we're live 10 a.m. And then Fridays is starting to become our new little gig. We do a little Friday thing. We do watch-alongs. Live a lot. I don't know. I might do something on Monday soon. It might just be me alone on a microphone for an hour straight.
You should probably make sure your microphone works first.
It might be Dave's hour.
Dave's hour?
Dude,
an hour
I'm
of
gonna throw
Dave.
this laptop out my window here at the studio. Just out. I don't even have a window in here.
You want my old one? The dude threw like 15 knees in a clench in a row.
Wow, classic. I love the content. One more week left. That's it, guys. Enjoy it. I cannot wait. I don't know why they haven't announced it yet or said something about it. I wish them going to Paramount, they did something like Monday night fights when Monday night football's over. Even if boxing's on Thursday.
I really think they're going to. I think between the Zuffa boxing, obviously we don't care about this, but Power Slap, between all the outlets, and then they have Contender Series. I'm really hoping for a longer Contender Series season where not everybody gets signed. But Dave's gone. I'm really, really hoping for that. Dave, quit clicking that button. Did you mean to hit that button?
No, but then someone called me, so I was scattered.
You're called.
My laptop, I'm dying right now.
You keep accidentally hitting this button. Okay. You're from Miami. Let's go. I'm in South Florida. I'm not too far from you. I live like real close to ATT. That's awesome. we love Jorge. We love Jorge. He is the man. Dave's gonna show all his pictures with famous people now. Where were
they
you
took
talking
the picture
about?
with me.
You went black. Oh yeah, I'm really hoping for a longer Contender Series where they don't sign everybody. It's like maybe it's half the year and they just do it to help regional MMA move along, because it's so hard for these guys to find fights now. But if they're fighting for 5 and 5 and there's a chance at a UFC contract, people will be more likely to say yes. And so if they do a longer season and they don't sign as many guys, I would really love that. I would also really love them to get back to what they did with the UFC Fight Island. I would love to see some Wednesday night cards again. Doesn't have to be every week, but the roster is just so massive. And guys,
once a quarter.
Right. Huh?
Yeah. Once every 3 months.
Yeah.
No.
It
would be so special too.
Once a month. Once a month, do an extra card. On every pay-per-view week. Do a fight night on Wednesday, pay-per-view on Saturday.
Can I actually disagree with that? The pay-per-view week is so good and so big usually. Sometimes we need it when they do an Apex. Let's do an Apex Wednesday and Saturday. So at least we get 2 mediocre. So instead of getting a big piece of steak, you get 2 sides of mashed potatoes.
Or counter argument, to get more eyes on, if you have a big pay-per-view in Vegas, to get more eyes on the fight night, you use the media day. You do, and then it's like people are already in town for media day, and for the week, you do an Apex card, and you make the Apex tickets not a free buffet and free drinks, so people can actually go.
You're right.
The new Apex is bigger. The last Apex seated 27 people. I'm exaggerating a little, but you can actually fit a couple hundred people in the new building. I'm pretty sure.
I think you might be spot on, Elle. You might be right.
That's what you do, and then you use the pay-per-view week things to get more eyes. You do a Contender Series on Tuesday. And you make it it's like an international fight week every 2 or 3 months, where people just flock to Vegas, and you do it there. You know? I think that's what you do. And I'm sorry, Rennie, we've been vibing, but no, never a tournament in the UFC, in my opinion. I think the structure is bad for MMA. You don't get to create superstars. You don't get to decide who fights who when. For me, I like PFL. I love the staff. We have a lot of fun shooting content for them. But I think even they could do with pulling away from the tournament structure a little bit and creating a longer schedule throughout the year, because they have a really huge, talented roster as well. And I would love to see those guys more often.
Yeah. Back to and it was an hour ago. Grant was talking about heavyweights, and I forgot this, and it just came to my head. And I wrote it down. Gable Steveson, who's fighting for the LFA, he's one that they're building.
Yeah.
He has a shot.
Yeah.
So just a thought an hour ago.
I was like, we don't know, Rennie. Dana doesn't talk to us. Seems like a cool uncle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish.
I met him one time, didn't say hi to him, and then I talked to Hunter Campbell about Grant Dawson. True story. It's a true story.
Nice. Hunter seems like a nice guy. I've never met him either.
Very nice guy.
But get my husband to fight, Hunter. Anyway. So yeah, I think that's what we do. They really need to help regional MMA along. They need to. I don't know how you do that without muddying the waters with the whole monopoly thing, because I think they wanted to do that, and then the whole lawsuit happened, and it's like, hey, you can't have a monopoly on regional MMA and professional MMA. And so the lawsuit probably kept them from like just creating their own year-round promotion, which they should do. It would help MMA so much. Carry on.
For sure. I will say the PFL had a really good 2025. I like what they're doing for 2026. My one thing, and I'll say this to him, and I said this kind of to the coach, and I think this Jonathan Martin guy has got some things up his sleeve. So on PFL Lyon, their next big show, they have a big main event. Cyborg's on the card. They have that's a big co-main event for him. Cool. We do this for a living. We talk about it all the time. They named the rest of the main card. Elle, I don't know anyone else on the card.
I know it's
like you can't do that. You got to put put Eblin, put Impa, put Thad,
The problem is that their main cards are prelim fighters a lot of the time, because they're so obsessed with doing. Sorry, it's really hot. They're so obsessed with doing this like regional thing where it's like, oh, it's a PFL. Okay, there we go. It's caught on my hair was caught on my bra strap. It's like PFL Europe, PFL Africa. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah.
No one cares about the regional events. Make it a big show. Fill your main card with main card fighters, because they have plenty of them. They're just all spread out to a different region. Just put them all on the main card. And then these people that are regional for that area, fill the prelims with them, because they will bring the tickets in regionally. They're like, the reason they want to do this regional thing is because they want to sell regional tickets. Right. And the guys who know people in the area will buy tickets to come watch those guys fight, but they don't care if they're on the main card. They will buy tickets to come watch their local friends fight if they're the first fight on the prelims, and then they'll stay, and then they'll realize that there are some big names in the PFL, and they'll actually become PFL fans. So they need that.
They're on ESPN Unlimited. Literally, that show is a major show for them. Main event is fine. Co-main event's fine. 3-4 other fights will be on their main card. We got to know who they are and connect with them. I've never heard of them, and it's like it's like, guys, you're missing the point here. You're never going to build other fighters if you don't put them on these shows that I will watch that show because it has a big main event, and Cyborg's on it. How many more times are we going to see Cyborg fight MMA? You know, like, I'm going to watch it.
That's not enough. It needs to be a good main card. If you want people that don't know these PFL Europe guys or these PFL Africa guys, if you want them to become MMA fans, you have to fill a main card with enticing international fighters to get those people then invested in your PFL Europe guys, because otherwise the PFL Europe guys stay PFL Europe guys forever and they don't become international like superstars. Let me answer a few questions. Well, I think Dave ran to the bathroom. No. Sean is Grant's matchmaker. I was just joking because Dave brought up Hunter. I think Hunter is like kind of over everything from what I understand, but I don't know too much about how that works. Our manager deals with all of that directly for Grant. No. So, okay, someone who cares. I love that that's your screen name. Here is my assessment of this. I do not think there should be a single debut fighter on the UFC White House card. UFC 300, the first fight on the prelims was 2 former champions. That was the first fight on the early prelims of UFC 300. I think you treat the UFC White House card, that is a sick cup. You treat the White House card like a UFC 100, 200, 300, in my opinion.
Bigger.
We are using this card to attract a brand new American fan base. And America is the hardest fan base to grab because we actually have really good other sports too. Unlike a lot of countries, like who just have MMA or just have soccer, and that's the only big sport there. We have the NFL, the NBA. Like there's so much that people watch in America, golf, tennis, whatever. And people watch it. I don't know why, but they do. They're trying to compete with all these other sports to grab a whole new American fan base. There cannot be a risk of a single debut level fight on that card.
Yeah.
It needs to be loaded with the highest level fights that they can put on. And I think Gable Steveson is going to be a great heavyweight one day. But a lot of those guys, they get in early because they should, because they're not going to find a bunch of fights for them on the regional scene. Nobody wants to fight Gable Steveson for $500 and probably lose. So he's going to get in a little too early probably, and the UFC is going to develop him. There's a chance he doesn't look amazing in the first 1, 2, 3 fights. So you don't put it on a card like the White House card. You let him develop. I'm with you, Rennie. Not on that card.
Gable Steveson should not fight in the UFC in 2026. Shouldn't.
I agree. I think maybe they do what they did for Bo. Maybe they give him 2, maybe even 3 Contender Series fights, because it's going to be a lot easier to find him fights and just.
But then no UFC fight.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I will take that. I'll take that.
I am. Bo had a really hard time finding regional fights. No one wants to fight Bo Nickel for $400 or $500 or even $1,000.
Dean Toole made it happen.
Huh?
Dean Toole matched him up.
100%. But would he have been able to match him up 5 more times to get him 10 professional fights before Contender Series? Of course not. And I think Gable Steveson will run into the same thing with LFA. I think Ed Soros is doing his best and will find him a handful of matchups. But eventually, they can't offer as much money as the UFC can. And so it's just like, eventually guys are just going to be like, no, why would I take this fight? You know?
Yeah.
And so it's, I think they're going to have trouble matching him up eventually, just like they did Bo. And they bring him into Contender Series, give him 2, like they did Bo, maybe even 3. Have him fight. I think week 1 and week 8 is doable just because he's a heavyweight. Have him fight twice in one season, or just have the season be longer. In my opinion, is what you should do.
Yeah, you got a lot of facts today, Elle Dawson. A lot of facts.
This was supposed to be like a 30. I was going to do this for like 30, 45 minutes. It's been like an hour and a half.
You got to go, or you want more?
I'll just stay for like 5 more minutes, and then I really do have a lot to do. But
no. Let's just go now. Then it's sort of yeah.
I think here. This is the last question we should take from the comment section. Won't PFL suffer because of MMA UFC fans leaving ESPN? This is a very interesting question, DC. Thank you. He said, when you guys talked to that PFL rep, he said that they were happy because they will be the only MMA promotion on ESPN, but UFC fans will leave. Yes. UFC fans leaving, though, will initially hurt ESPN, but it could be very good for PFL because if ESPN wants to keep MMA on their platform and wants to keep the eyes of any MMA fans, they are going to have to dump some money into PFL and get them a really, really good marketing team. And so I expect if ESPN wants to keep some of those viewers, they are going to spend a lot of money on PFL this year, which is very good for PFL. So I think it's going to be good for them. I don't know if it'll work out for ESPN in the long run, but I think that should be their game plan moving forward, in my opinion.
I've never asked you this question, and especially on air, but this is our show. This is what we'll do this. Elle, did you have a serious boyfriend before Grant Dawson?
Yeah.
Okay. And when that broke up or relationship fell, didn't you kind of maybe the next day or two, maybe go to the gym a tad earlier? Maybe you kind of got a new dress. Maybe you got your nails done a little bit, whatever. My point is the PFL got scorned. I mean, the ESPN got scorned by his last main girlfriend, the UFC. They are going to try to doll up ESPN. They're going to try to take PFL to the gym, try to buy PFL some new nails. They are not happy with the UFC leaving them. They're not. So they will try to do their damnedest to push PFL up.
No, and I think that's the right call. I'm actually very excited for next year for the PFL. I want to see what this new CEO does. He seems very forward thinking.
Can we get him a new? Who's that guy in Miami that dresses all the fighters?
Oh, Takedown?
No, John Anik wears his suits.
Like dresses, not like I was like the company that makes the fight kits. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Moicano wears them. Bill Burns. He's
I
super
feel like
famous.
I should know about this.
I know you should. John Martin needs to get with that guy. He's got to dress a little bit different. Just gonna throw that out there. Go check out PFL. Everyone knows what it is.
I like a rich exec that wears like a Dan Lambert style. Dan Lambert shows up to the gym with a different Trump t-shirt and basketball shorts every day.
That's cool. I'm not saying that. This guy was wearing like
I respect it.
Like Dockers, khakis up to his belly button, and a tank and a long sleeve button up, untucked. It was just like, what are you doing, brother? Like,
fair enough.
Yeah. You gotta like, dude, joggers and a PFL shirt, tip of the hat. That's right. I'm cool with that. But,
all right, Rennie. All right, last thing, and then we're out of here.
Wow.
Rennie, the next live. We probably are not doing a watch along this weekend, but so the next live will be Sunday morning. We do the Sunday morning brew. The Sunday morning brew. It is myself and Jillian Robertson. We do that at 10 a.m. Eastern every Sunday. We will recap the fights from the night before. So please come back and join us. And then every Tuesday from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, we are live as well. We have guests on that show. It will be really fun. So happy to have you here, Rennie.
Yeah. And Monday, I'm calling it right now. Monday morning, 10 a.m. I'm doing the Dave Van Auken hour. Just broke the news.
I love it.
There we go. For an hour. Yeah. We talked about that for an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm gonna my last take. I'm leaning Charles Oliveira in Brazil. I'm sorry. The legend wins one more time in Brazil. That's what I
I'm going with my boy Gamrot. We talked about this on the show. I will reiterate it again. I do think the short notice here in Brazil definitely is an asterisk here. I think if there was a full camp, I think Gamrot wins this fight 9 times out of 10. I definitely think the short notice makes this a tougher fight for Gamrot. Short notice, 5 rounds. That's 25 minutes of fight. That's a lot of fight for being really short notice. But I love Gamrot here. I do kind of wish he was the dog so I could be like, hey, there's a lot of value on the dog, because I thought he would open as the underdog with him being shorter notice. But the betting odds have it kind of how I agree with. The short notice, it's a close fight, and they're pretty much even money at this point. I think Gamrot might be a slight favorite, but they're both minus money right now, and I think that gives respect to both guys where it is very due. This is a very close fight. I think Gamrot's going to get it done. He's going to grind out this win and hopefully be in a position to get a fight for a number 1 contender spot.
I love it. What a show. MMA Weekly Roundup every Friday now here in Fight Bananas Land. What a show. Elle Dawson. We're going to go for 30, 40 minutes. We went for an hour and 35, all for free. We appreciate you guys like always. Sub the channel, like the channel, share the stream. We appreciate.
Dave keeps getting calls. To finish up what he said, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you like the channel. Share it with your friends, please. We want to keep growing here on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on, are we on Kick? Follow us on X. We're not on Kick. Follow us on X. We're most places. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to hit the button now, Dave. We will see you Sunday for the Sunday morning brew. Bye, guys.